Hello and welcome to the Drew Smoke Roadshow. This is the inaugural edition, and I'm your host, Drew, and I'm from the Katy Fort Bend Foodies page. I started a group on Facebook just to make people look at my cooking, force my friends to see what I'm doing, and 36,000 members later, here we are. So if you're on Facebook, look us up. Katy/Fort Bend Foodies. And you can also find us on Instagram at Katy Fort Bend Foodies and see what's going on in the community. Although the goal of this show for me is that I hope to spotlight local businesses, restaurants, events going on, charity events, whatever that helps the community that I can share and that I think you'll be interested in. So today, like I said, this being the inaugural edition, we're just going to talk about some of the local goings-on in restaurants that we're having here lately. We got some news about restaurants that'll be coming soon. The Scholars and Scoundrels guys have formally announced that they're going to be opening a location in Sugar Land near Greatwood on 99, over there by H-E-B and the Whataburger, right there at the intersection. I know you know where I'm talking about. When that opens, you're going to have your own little Cheers version of the Cheers bar right there in your neighborhood. Great food, drinks, great people. You're going to love that place. So watch out for their opening and make sure that you're there when that happens. Top Sushi on 99, close to Gallery Furniture. They're moving into the old J. Finn spot. If you drive by there, it doesn't look like there's a lot of activity going on, except they've got the sign up. But I guess they've been working out of that back door, so I hear that they're getting closer, and that's going to open pretty soon as well. So stay tuned for that. We'll let you know when that happens. And if you follow the group or follow the page, you'll see that as well there. Hat Creek Burgers, we've all seen the place up on 1463. They've made a lot of progress. Nice playground outside. Looks like it's going to be a fun place for families there in that area of 1463 and Cross Creek Ranch. Chuck Wagon Barbecue has also been taken over by new owners. Go by and see Wasim. The burgers are great. Barbecue, he's changing that place all around, and you're going to love the new additions to the menu. Stop by and see him soon. Try the Hoedown Burger. It's a burger with brisket as well. Onion rings. It's a really good. I had one the other day, and I could really go for one right now, but we'll wait. So also, as far as coming soon, I've heard about a place called the Dapper Donut that's going to be coming actually to Katy Mills Mall. I don't know what the Dapper Donut is, but it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So that's one we'll probably check out very soon and give you, idea of when they're coming and exactly what they do over there. So the pictures look really great. Big Easy Cajun Bar and Grill. I don't know anything about that place, but they're taking over the old Sammy's location on 99, right there next to Gallery Furniture. So they should be open pretty soon, I would suspect, since it's already, been a restaurant. All right, and then what else we have is we've had some restaurant openings. 85 Degrees Bakery has opened up in Katy, Asian Town. The grand opening, I believe, is going to be on the 21st. But I think they're open now. So if you're out and about, you want to check them out. I've heard so many things about this place. I know they're very popular. They have a lot of stores around the country and around the world. So check that out when you can. Bonjour Cafe is coming. They are on Kingsland. I think they just opened. They serve crepes, things like that. Breakfast foods, I believe. Check them out. Go see them and see what's going on over there. And you probably know that Local Table has opened a location in Cypress near Bridgeland. It's on Fry Road. A lot of the crew from here at Bellagio has gone up there. So if you go up there, you're going to get the same great food. You're going to see some familiar faces. So if you go up there, tell Shervin we said hello. And I'm about to bring in Lindsay Martin. Everybody knows Lindsay. She's probably the best bartender in Katy. A fantastic mixologist. She's got new drinks that are coming out for the summer, refreshing, light. You know how she does it here. So I'm going to bring her in, and let's talk to her a little bit about, her ideas and what we could look forward to with her and local bar this summer. So here we are, live at the local bar, Westheimer Parkway, Peak Road, in the lovely Bellagio Shopping Center. All right, and I'm sitting here with Lindsay Martin, bar manager here at Local Bar, and we just brought up and talked about the new Local Table that opened in Cypress. Lindsay, have you been up there? Have you worked?
I have. I was there the first 2 weeks opening.
And what'd you think of the new place?
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. They're all about the freshness, just like we are. Fresh flowers, fresh fruits. The menu is a little bit different, and everything is fantastic.
And the crowds are coming in.
Oh, it's slammed constantly. It seems like it's very well received. Everyone's enjoying it. They're happy it's there. And it seems like everybody's been waiting quite a while for something like local
to come up there. Now
Yes.
that I believe. How's our guy Sherman doing up there? Is he missing us?
I think he misses us a lot, but he's doing fantastic. He's getting to meet all the new people of Cypress, and I think he's really enjoying his time there.
Good. So you were telling me before we went on that you have a little news that maybe you'd like to share with us about another local table location?
Yes, so Local Table Fulsher will be opening in Cross Creek Ranch. We're shooting for end of 2019 or very beginning of 2020, and we're super excited.
Wow, so all right. So it's going to be a while, but you're definitely going to be there. And somebody said it was the old Ursula's location?
That I cannot confirm, but I do know it is in Cross Creek Ranch in Fulsher.
All right, well, keep that part on the down low because she's not authorized to confirm that, but I think it's there. All right, so summer's here. Every year, your summer cocktail menu changes. You come up with something new. So what you got in the pipeline this year?
Well, I have a new summer cocktail menu coming out hopefully within the next 3 weeks. It will be for here, and hopefully we'll roll it out at the local table in Cypress. And then also we have a local bar coming in Cypress right across from that local table early fall. So we're really excited about that. It's going to have some fun new drinks on it. We're going to have a really nice cucumber martini. And we're going to have our twist on a Paloma with some smoked chili bitters. We'll also have some classics like a Seelbach, which is a classic whiskey cocktail. And we're hoping to switch up the names a little bit and have some fun with it. So here at the local bar, the cocktails will be named after classic American literature. So your cucumber martini will be the Glass Menagerie, and our spicy pineapple margarita will be Fahrenheit 451. Just trying to make it a little more fun, a little more interesting, and everything, of course, with our own twist.
And how about, you mentioned something about maybe a few new items on the menu?
On the food menu?
Yeah.
Yes, so we have a new food menu coming out as well. It's going to have a tuna tartare, just like they have at Local Table now. It's also going to have a really nice smoked salmon dip. We're going to have a goat cheese burger, which is fantastic, and some new wing flavors, which we're really excited about as well.
Oh, because the one flavor that you have now is the sriracha. I am not a sriracha kind of guy, but they are incredibly good. And if you ever get out here, bringing your best girl, whatever, I encourage you, come in, order a pizza. The pizzas here are probably the most underrated in Katy. Those sriracha wings makes a perfect meal for two, and then you've got her and the cocktails, and you'll look like a good guy. So that's really neat. All right, Lindsay. Well, that's far out. So when do you think we can start expecting some of these changes here? Just here at this local bar?
Just here at local bar, I'm going to say 3 weeks, I should have all the food menus and drink menus out.
And then it'll be all right. So that'll be something for us to look forward to. Groovy, thank you very much.
Yes, of course.
I appreciate you. All right. Well, all right. We've finished up with Lindsay. Next, we're going to talk to Randy Duncan from Daddy Duncan Barbecue. So don't miss that. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the inaugural edition of the Drew Smoke Roadshow. Now I'm sitting here with Randy and Sylvia Duncan from Daddy Duncan's Barbecue. If you've lived in Katy more than an hour, you know who these people are. They're all over the place. Their barbecues in different restaurants, so we're going to talk a little bit about their collaborations and so forth. But Randy, tell us, tell us the story about how you guys started. I've heard it a few times. I could totally hear it a few more times.
Okay.
But it's a very unique story, how she said, go get a smoker and let's sell some barbecue.
Yeah, so that was definitely in the works. So, I've been working in kitchens since I was 16, so about 25 years, and kind of building my career as a chef, Went to culinary school, knocked that out, started over at U of H. My main goal was to be an executive chef. Worked in a lot of hotels, restaurants around Houston and everything. And Sylvia was a nurse for 16 years? 17 years. So both pretty good career paths going. We've got a couple kids, and I've been in Katy 14, maybe almost 15 years. So anyways, I was probably about my last semester at U of H, working at the Omni Hotel off of I-10, I've been there about a year, a little bit more maybe, and Harvey hit. And so at that time, I was already doing a little bit of barbecue catering. I guess to step back again on that, my grandfather, he was big into the barbecue scene. You know, in the 80s and 90s, he was doing like whole hogs and briskets for the church. Their church was used like 300-400 people, and my grandparents were literally taking care of the whole church on the weekends. You know, he had a barbecue joint in the 70s, and he was also a fabricator, so he would build pits. I mean, these huge, nice smokers. As growing up, so that's all we knew was just barbecue all the time over there. And he got sick with cancer, and before he passed, he built me a pit he finished off a pit that he used for the church where they were like grilled steaks and hot dogs and all that, and finished it off for a trailer. And he was like, hey, you can do briskets on here, whatever you need to do. And so I got that from him, and it kind of sat for a while, just trying to get over the whole loss thing. But I always knew that it was in my blood. But then again, to be a chef on a whole different scale, doing risotto and this and that. I worked at the Four Seasons Hotel, the House of Blues. I mean, really master chefs. Even at the Omni, those chefs have been there 30 years. So anyways, Hurricane Harvey hit. It flooded out the Omni, about 10 feet of water. They had us in there in hazmat suits, like cleaning and everything. Kind of wasn't my thing,
I make messes, not clean.
Yeah, And so Sylvia's like, just why don't you just focus on your barbecue? And I'd finished up U of H, and I was like, yeah, it's time, That was around the time that we actually got on the Katy Foodies page. I was kind of reaching out to people. Anybody out there, what better place to ask people who need help with food than the foodies themselves? And they were just, pointing us in different directions. So we had like the fire stations, the hospitals, the nurses, even a couple little schools, just doing what we can. I mean, I was literally standing in water, like doing ribs and stuff, Right. But anyways, that was kind of the start. And then my neighbor, he reached out to me and said, hey, man, I've got this wrestling thing going. It's DZW Wrestling in Katy, DZW Incorporated Katy. And I'm like, wow, wrestling. I was like, do y'all need food over there? And he's like, well, we're at the Katy Elks Lodge. They do hot dogs and, stuff like that. But yeah, I said, well, let me know. I'll start doing some barbecue. So one thing led to another. We got a tent posted up. We're kind of in the back alley over there, crock pots, doing brisket sandwiches. And
yeah. At that time, though, they were still on Avenue D.
Yeah, Avenue D in the back of of another building. Like you would never know they were there if you drove by. So we did that for a few months, and people were like, man, this is some good barbecue, And the catering was getting more popular. People from the Foodies page were reaching out for catering. Some of the schools, we did like Tompkins High School's like 300 teachers, and that's a big crowd, So the word kind of started getting around, and our prices were real fair. And before you know it, we ended up getting that barbecue trailer. It was, black barbecue. Well, it wasn't black when I first bought it. We painted it, but it was like a 10 by 10 or 10 by 16.
I think it was 10 by 16.
They outgrew that very quickly.
We were rubbing butts in there. It was kind of close. It was like a little,
I had to really.
Yeah. And once we got that, we were, of course, still doing the wrestling matches. And now we could have a menu, more options and stuff like that. So that got really popular, and we started branching out. We were just hitting pop-ups, little areas, whoever wanted us, school events, and it kind of just, that was kind of our beginning,
And you mentioned the Katy Fort Bend Foodies page, and one of the things that I love the most about our group is stories like y'all. We started out small, we got on this little page, and next thing you know, kaboom, we're all over the place, and you've got more business than you can stand. You're turning people away, and the other thing I like about y'all is when you do your pop-ups, like you said, you have more items as opposed to just sandwiches and whatever. But the items that you do have, you might have a few. You have the pulled pork nachos that my son-in-law would sell his soul for. He won't get up and find his boots for much, but he will for those. He'll drive anywhere for that.
Yeah.
So that, and then I'd picked up a rack of ribs from y'all when y'all were at Star. So so that's the thing also that I do like about you, because you're all over the place. You might be up here, then you're down south. So if you want some of their barbecue, it's not hard to find them. They're very active out there. So
yeah, our Facebook page, we're very active on there. We run the page. We respond to everyone.
Post updates every Monday.
Updates every Monday on there where we're going to be. Instagram is really strong. Twitter.
What's your Instagram handle?
It's Daddy Duncan's Barbecue
Just
as well.
Straight up. All right.
Facebook, it's all three: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And I mean, I think even when I first kind of got started, it was funny because we were doing a catering event. The tire flew off on my trailer, going to this big mansion with all these like really wealthy people. And I was stuck on the side of 290 for about 4 to 6 hours with these people waiting. It was just a big deal. And then, so I kind of couldn't get to the next guy that hired me to cater. And I think they had posted something, but everybody was very like, well, stuff happens. I think even you got on there and you're like, hey, man, whatever. And I think everybody on this page will keep you busy. And I talked to them and I kind of put my heart out there because I was a little like, I was so new, and it's kind of like I just wasn't used to anything yet.
Yeah.
As far as like, oh no, I messed up already in the beginning, and so there was a lot that we learned just over time, and just what the customer wants, what they're looking for, how far, can we plan ahead, how much food do we need, how many people do I need to like execute this catering event, how much am I getting it for, how much can I sell? It was just so much. What I learned being in restaurants in school. But when you're doing it, man, and it's your name on that truck, it's a whole nother ball game. Especially with barbecue, man, it better be good, or that's
stuff like you said. Stuff definitely happens, and we have a family business as well. It's not food related, but stuff happens is my motto. Stuff happens. And I've been doing it so long that I just roll my eyes and I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't stress out over the things like that.
I think you have to grow from it and like just keep it. It kind of motivates me sometimes. Like, okay, well, maybe somebody didn't like this. Well, we're going to get back in the lab. We're going to make sure that it's good and that 100 people are going to like it next time it comes out.
Move forward from there.
And then moving forward, so you've gone to that. You have a truck now. Now, tell us, because your plan, your goal, and this is going to happen, is you're going to open your own place, your own brick and mortar.
Right.
I think you've got a great idea, and I'd like you to tell people about what you're planning, what you have planned.
You want to say?
No, you go right ahead.
So we got a 2-acre piece of property over on Katy Cutoff and Clay Road area. It's going to be, we'll have our newer food truck that we moved into for more elbow room. We have more kitchen space. We can provide more food. With that little trailer that we have, we were pulling 2-3 hour lines. And I mean, that's feeding people that want 4 or 5 barbecue boxes, which is our barbecue box is 3 meats, 3 sides, $25 can feed 2 people. And,
Easily.
The first lady in the window wants 5 of them. I mean, then you got a line as long as you can see for like 3 hours straight. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, I can't believe it still that it gets that way. And so anyway, so our next move, it is to have our brick and mortar where people can find us, where they don't have to hunt us down. We're there, 4 days a week, ready to rock and roll. Whole hogs on the weekends, wrestling matches. Got to show love to them guys. We started out. A little beer garden, thing for the kids to play. I mean, it's going to be a barn style type place. It's
chill atmosphere.
Chill atmosphere, nothing real fancy, just somewhere where you can grab some barbecue, maybe listen to some music at night or something.
Let your kids play.
Let them run around a little bit, and it'll be nice, but so yeah, we're really looking forward to that. They've already broke land, they're leveling it out, they're running all the retention pond. It's from the ground up. It's like electricity is going in next week, so across from there is the Four Seasons baseball field, which is going to bring in a lot of. It's year round.
Right.
Yeah, and the new FFA buildings went in, and then also KB Homes
bought up all the surrounding
bought like
land.
200 acres right behind us. So I mean, there's
So
all these houses popped up.
It's growing out there.
Yeah. What is it? Clay Road has all these new houses,
they
and
do.
also Morton Ranch is growing over there. So it's
You're
going to be
have
the
a lot
spot.
of people. But I want to touch back on something you said about the lady that came up and ordered 5 boxes.
Yeah.
I went up to Stars one day when they were there, and we were all going to eat, so I didn't come out. I let the line kind of die down. But not my son-in-law. My son-in-law, like I said, would sell his soul for those nachos. Well, he loves the barbacoa as well.
Yeah, that's his
So
favorite.
He goes all the way up there. He waits and waits. He's second in line, and the lady that's first bought all 10 pounds of barbacoa. And he's second in line. He's like, "What do you mean you have no barbacoa?" Because the lady had bought it all.
And I kind of saw him, but the line, it was the sun was like hitting down on everybody, and we're just so busy, and then it's like. They'll do that, and I have, it's first come, first serve.
Oh, absolutely. I'm with you.
I should have been like, let me tuck a little away for him, But then he was like, no, it's cool. Let me get the brisket and this and that and mac and cheese.
No, it's all about making that money.
So in the barbacoa, we only carry a certain amount, because everybody wants the brisket, pulled pork, sausage, and they will get the nachos and stuff like that. But you have the ladies that'll come in because. They want the barbacoa for Sunday breakfast or wherever they're selling tacos. I don't know what they're doing.
And and that's fine. But if you need 10 pounds of barbacoa, will you just call him like a few days before so he can make 20 pounds instead of 10, and then everybody gets some?
I I got to kind of put a cap on that because then nobody else and everybody else doesn't get any. So I thought that was kind of funny too.
It was funny. I was laughing. I thought it was. He didn't think it was funny. That I was laughing, but that's okay.
Trying to fit
he's got
barbacoa in those to-go containers, man. You got to get like 2 or 3 of them to fit all that barbacoa in there. Then they want all the tortillas and everything. So they wiped me out on that.
And I want to ask you as well. You talked about sausage. I see you're making your own sausage.
We are getting in the sausage game. I mean, it's a big thing right now with craft barbecue, Texas craft barbecue. They want you to make everything by handmade.
Yes.
So we have a really good sausage we use now, but we hooked up with Jacob Lilly. He's done a lot of competitions, won some grand champions, and the guy really was very, since I first met him, he's like, hey man, you ever want to do sausage? So we finally just got with him. I did sausage in culinary school, but it was more of like a charcuterie type thing. You got 100 kids in the class and everybody's, so I needed him to we had to focus hey, we need some really specific recipes, something that's going to put us outside the box.
And different.
Something different and something that people will want to try.
Yeah.
So Supreme Pizza sausage, which was amazing. Ghost pepper cheese habanero.
That one scares me. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to try that. 20 years ago, I eat anything. I don't care. Bring it on, big boy. But now I'm like, I don't know.
We were having a couple beers, and we smoked that ghost pepper cheese sausage. And we take a little coin, eat it, take a sip. All right, give me another piece because it was just so juicy and delicious.
All right, you talked me out of it.
It was great.
And you gave me a couple of samples, and I looked at one, and one was Swiss cheese. And tell us about that one.
That one was a Swiss cheese and beef sausage, and I think onion or something in there with it. Yeah, that was a what's the word I'm looking for? It was not really like a beef sausage, but the other. It kind of slips in my mind right now. But that one was really good. And I think you got the hot cheddar links.
And that one I am looking forward to because I like jalapeno sausage. I love jalapeno cheese. So I've got them. I haven't cranked up the smoker yet, but it's
definitely get some good smoke on there, man. That casing is so good. It has a crispy and they're juicy.
That's what I like.
And the word I'm looking for that sausage will hit me in a little bit. Not kielbasa, but I don't know. I'm sure it'll come to me, but it was really good.
About the time you're driving down the road, you'll say, "Oh yeah,
there it is."
Yeah, but that was a good one too. So we did quite a few that day, and it was good. So we got it. So now we're going to start doing them, especially for our fixed location. We're going to have that handmade sausage. We're going to do the whole hogs. We're going to have all of our sides are already craft made stuff. We're doing the pickles and jalapenos, and we might even reach out to some local bakeries for the bread. And speaking of which, we do a lot of collaborations in Katy. So whoever kind of wants to turn it around that, they had our product, maybe now we can have their product somehow.
Right. And that's what else I wanted to talk to you about is your collaboration. How many different restaurants are serving your products right now?
Right now we have 10 different restaurants. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So you've had some that are just new, like the La Baguette, I guess is
La
new.
Baguette's our newest one, and it's so good. I heard of the place on the Katy Foodies, and it had a lot of popularity for a bit there, but We never got to try, but when I went in, I could kind of see the locations a bit hidden. But everybody knows where the Rudy's is off of Mason and I-10 right there.
Oh, and that's where it is.
It's really across the street from there.
Across the freeway.
Before you get there to Rudy's.
But across the freeway on the same side as Rudy's.
On the same side.
There's
there's a little street there with
there is.
warehouses.
Yes.
And they're tucked in right there.
It's right there.
So that was probably why we never saw it driving, But man, they have, it's just, I think it's a Venezuelan kind of South American dishes. They have steaks and seafood at night, pasta. They have brunch in the morning and like fresh homemade desserts and salads. It's like really legit, nice little spot.
Damn, I'm hungry now.
And so they reached out to me. They're like, hey, let's do some collabs. So we did some brisket empanadas, the pork belly arepas. Am I saying that right?
Arepas.
And they're delicious. It's like this cornmeal kind of like.
I saw that picture.
It's stuffed with meat and cheese and their salsa, and then they did like a charcuterie platter, some sandwiches with their own homemade baked breads and stuff that are in-house that they do there.
So they're baking their own bread.
It's legit. It's like, and then when we were in there was like 6 foodies in there, like, hey, Dad,
we saw it, yeah.
We're like, they're happy to see us in there. And they're like, when they see our truck in front of somewhere, they're kind of thinking already.
Yeah.
So.
And then you just started with the Social Pub.
Social
Steve
Pub
and
is,
those guys.
oh man,
I love that
doing
place.
so good. That place is really cool. A very nice crowd in there.
Yeah.
Really great area. It's actually next to Tiger Noodle House that we have a collaboration with also. But at Social Pub, they're doing the bar menu, which worked out so good because the versatility of the brisket, where they could do the burger, the tacos, the nachos, and the mac and cheese.
Yes.
And I mean, they are keeping us busy over there.
That's really good.
They're like, man, it exploded. They didn't even have any idea it was going to get that good.
So that's 2, and you said there's 10. Can you name all 8 that you have left?
I can. So there's Tiger Noodle House, Proud Pie, which we have the sandwich over there. They do their own barbecue aioli, so you can go in there and get the sandwich, grab some pie on the way out. The Pizza Shop, the most popular brisket pizza, I think, anywhere in Texas, because he sold probably 2,000 of them in the last year. Has bacon on it, brisket, 2 cheeses, sauces. He's in Old Katy off of Avenue D and Franz Road. Next door to him is Glazed Donuts, where they're running the brisket kolaches.
And those are incredible. They're like $3, $3.50. They should be like $4.50.
They're delicious.
I could eat 25.
Or Kloboskinix for the ones that want to be specific.
Don't start that fight. It's like, don't start that argument.
We will find you, But no, those are very popular. The first few days we did a collab with them, they had a line out the door. And they were like, come on, guys, we don't have that many kolaches. We've got to make them by hand.
We had to go
And that's
rush order.
Yeah, so that's going still good. I'm trying to get them to do the jalapeno and cheese ones.
Yes.
Maybe do some, barbacoa kolaches. Like, there's so many different things that we can do.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Pizza shop told him, let's do a, barbacoa pizza with street corn on it. So, but he's very authentic. He's from New York. I think he's trying to. The Godfather pizza there is amazing too. Meatballs and all that. So he's really good. And I like doing business with them. So let me see who else. Slurp Ramen Factory off of 99 and 1093. Their ramen, the broth is a 24-hour broth with beef marrow bone.
Yes.
And it's so legit. The chef there, he actually went to work. It's his family's business. But he went to Cali to go work with a Michelin star so he could get his Michelin star. I mean, their ramen is top notch. Like, most people don't understand, like, well, ramen, you can get that wherever. No, this is like really chef inspired. You have like a specialty egg in there. The ramen is like handmade and everything, and then they put our brisket or pork belly, and they got top 20 best in Texas ramen, or maybe top 10.
Probably
something
top
like
10,
that. Houston
I think.
Chronicle just came out with something. Best ramen in Texas.
Oh wow.
So they also have a ramen burger.
I have had that.
Oh man,
I have not
I
had.
still haven't had it.
Are they doing it with the brisket? I had the one with pork.
Yeah, it has a brisket and then like some spinach and cheese, like a gooey cheese. But the ramen is like the bun that they fry the ramen. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. Like, I've seen that floating around on Instagram. I'm like, that's really awesome. Seeing that.
And it was different.
Really nice people over there. So then we have. All right, you got me. Let me pull out my list. It's 10.
He got his notes.
It's 10. So we did Proud Pie, Pizza Shop, Glaze, Tiger Noodle House. Speaking of which, today.
Oh.
Okay, so we had a menu with them. They had all of our meats and they did their sides. people are confused. It's a Chinese restaurant. I just don't get it. It worked good for maybe almost a year. So I said, Tiger, let's get back to the drawing board. So this is what's coming out tonight. I don't know if he's posted yet on Katy Foodies, so you might hear it here first.
Exclusive.
Brisket fried rice, brisket noodles, barbacoa fried rice, barbacoa noodles, and the biggest Szechuan pork belly soup you'd ever seen in your life. It's amazing. With noodles in there. Szechuan peppercorns is kind of like it numbs your mouth as you eat it. And it was amazing. They put a lot of the smoked pork belly from us. So that's the new menu. They're scrapping the other one. They're putting something that people understand. The fusion plates is what people.
When will that be available? Today. So you can go get it right now. Help yourself.
And I've been thinking about it ever since we went and tried it. It was amazing. Like the barbacoa and the fried rice isn't being done anywhere, and it just melts, man. That's a good one to let Brandon know about that one. He'll love that.
You hear that, Brandon? They have your barbacoa.
Got you, man.
Call ahead to be sure.
So Tiger Noodle House, La Baguette, Texas tradition. They've been around forever. You're talking about chicken fried steak, cheeseburger, get you some pie over there. They're kind of, country place in Old Katy. We're doing a collaboration where they have our brisket and a burger. And the Great Harvest Bread Company is doing a jalapeno cheese bread. Their coleslaw, fries. It's a really good big burger over there. Amisi Wine Bistro, they're running some pasta over there with our brisket. And a new one that we're working on, I guess we can tell everybody, is Katy Vibes.
Oh, all right.
Which is new to the area.
They have some good food over there.
And $3.99 crawfish.
Yeah.
Is it $3.99 a pound?
$3.99.
Yeah, and I've been like 4 times. It was really good.
And I've heard more than once that they're really good crawfish.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, I'm just a Texas boy, South Texas guy. I don't know if I would know good crawfish if it kicked me in the shin, but I know what I like, and I've heard a lot of good things. So I have not tried their crawfish, but I know I need to.
Well, they're bringing out this big 5-pound platter with potatoes and corn. It's like $20. And I mean, it's pretty amazing. And their wings were good there. Their mac and cheese is good. So they're trying to revamp their menu because there's a lot of seafood, but they know the season. They're trying to work with the season. It's a really cool place where they're going to have music venue and different bands on Friday and Saturday nights.
They are.
It's a lot of lights in there. It's a cool bar scene, but it's also a family place.
Right.
Like our kids went in there with us. They got big booths and everything. So not exactly sure what they're going to be coming out with yet, but it's in the works, and it's definitely going to be something worth going in to try out.
And I have had the chicken fried steak at Katy Vibes, and I thought, looking at the menu, I'm kind of a jerk sometimes. I look for the hardest item that I think would be, the hardest for them to nail down, and boom, it was like crack, gone. And that chicken fried steak, it was I just couldn't believe how good it was. And I don't mean to insult them because, it's just with a place like that, I look for what do I think would be the hardest thing for this place to execute. I mean, are you just getting breaded cutlets and throwing them in the fryer?
Yeah.
They're not doing that. That gravy... I think they're cooking a lot of things.
It's funny
because
I mentioned the chicken fried steak. I said that's the kind of stuff that's going to bring people in.
And it's good.
I said I didn't realize you had the chicken fried chicken. I'm coming in to try that next with mashed potatoes and all that. So I think they're kind of leaning toward more of a southern menu. And I told them that is what this area will
embrace.
What it
embrace
needs
more
is there's
because
nothing like that there.
Yeah, the Katy Vibes, you wouldn't. I don't think offhand you would think, oh, that's a seafood place. So unless you go in and visit it, they have like king crab and all that.
Yes, that bucket that they had with the crab and the shrimp. And
that
everything.
big. Yeah, I heard that was so popular.
Yeah,
over there,
I know it was at they sell it at market price, and I think when I was in there it was like $60-something, which was a good deal for what you got.
Bad. Yeah, it was like 2 pounds of this, a pound of that.
Yes.
I mean, king crab at Papados is $50.
Yeah, I think it was king
legs.
crab, snow crab, shrimp, and something else.
Crawfish too,
and
huh?
crawfish,
Yeah.
I think.
With crawfish season winding down, I think they're ready to revamp their menu, bring in the clientele that's in that area. It's a pretty good location. You can't miss it. It's right off the freeway, So we'll see how it goes.
I think it'll go well for them.
Yeah, I think that's all those, and they're all doing really well. And the thing with these collaboration places, they either reached out to me because the business was kind of not doing so well, or they were very popular and wanted to show love back to us.
Yes.
And we promote each other,
Right.
So I'm like, go try these places, and they'll say, hey, this is Daddy Duncan's Barbecue, and it's just, it's a great community feeling in Katy when you can do that.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
you're helping people out while helping yourself as
Yeah.
well.
Hand to hand.
And yeah, no,
They're all mom and pop.
and that's what else I love.
Yeah, you go in there, you see the owner. He's sleeves rolled up, man. He's in there working. Scott Chapman at Proud Paw, he's in there doing his thing. If you go in
Always.
there,
He's always.
and people don't really think about that. We're the owners. We're in there. We're doing all the work. Me and Sylvia do 18-hour days.
Yeah.
Cooking all this barbecue, and
Yeah,
we
tell
can't
me.
be like the other food trucks where it's all fried and we can be anywhere at any time and just ready to go.
Yes.
It's a process. We got to get everything ready. We got to smoke everything. We have to be ready for you guys when the line pops up. You know, it's very. We start Sunday.
Oh, I know.
If you're going to see us Thursday, we've already started Sunday.
And I
Yeah.
believe that
You know,
because I
so-
mean I've told you this, and I know you'll still laugh every time I say this, but barbecue life ain't for sissies. I don't care what
the truth.
anybody says because we'll do a cook-off, a competition. Brother from another mother cookers.
Yeah.
We'll do a competition. Day long, 2 days long, brisket, ribs, chicken, whatever, turn-ins. And it takes me 2 days to recover. And there's
Yeah.
guys like you, guys like Brett, Brooks, and y'all do
Yeah.
it every day.
Right.
I
Yeah.
threw this idea around that I could sell barbecue, and my father was like, "I don't know about it. You might want to think about that."
Yeah.
But the competition side taught me that I don't want anything to do with it.
It's a whole nother ball game, and Brett's doing like really good. He worked with Lou Mueller out in Austin, which we do events with those guys. We were just with him at the Houston Barbecue Festival.
I was there. And
Brett's very humble,
food
laid
was
back.
very good.
Yeah.
So was his.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
And
that. We did a
thing-
whole hog out there.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
and
I like that festival. It's very, very well run. And everybody comes out, brings their best shot. And I know you had brisket, and what else did you serve?
we did some prime briskets. We just got our brand new Moberg, so we could Moberg smoker. They're out of Dripping Springs. So we did like 16 briskets. We did a bunch of jalapeno boudin, the kind that we sell in the food truck. We did coleslaw. We did a whole hog. It was like a 120-pound whole hog. And it's all the Houston Barbecue Festival is all barbecue restaurants.
And it was gone,
established.
wasn't it?
Oh man, the line was like 3 hours long until it was
Right.
all gone. So yeah.
Yeah.
And we did some cookies that were made by a lady, a local bakery.
I took a couple of those cookies home, and they are Kylie approved. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah,
she
it
liked
had
them
our
very
logo
much.
on there. It was just so amazing.
Yes.
And so we were giving those out to the VIPs because the first hour is all VIP, and it must
right.
have been 1,000 more people, just VIPs. And then when the general admission, it was like another 3,000 people.
Second wave.
Right.
It was the set, yeah, and it was.
Isn't that crazy? Because when
Yeah.
you see them running and they're running past you,
Yeah.
I was at one year and it was like half a football team ran past me trying to get to I don't know what booth they were trying to get up to.
Because you
but-
know who your favorite is. You're going to hit them first, and you're
Yes.
going to go, well, who's this new guy? Let me go try him out. So, yeah, the HOU has been, like, really good to us.
Yeah.
We J.C. Reed and Scott Sandlin from the Houston Chronicle actually came out to visit my food truck one day. We were doing a pop-up in Sugarland, and I was kind of nervous. I'm like,
Did you know they were coming?
I knew who he was, but I didn't know he was coming. He said,
okay.
hey, I'm going to come out and check you out soon. So
Yeah.
I was already kind of excited.
Yeah.
Never know what day it might be, but then they came and showed up, and, I knew who he was. And so I was like, made sure
Man.
everything was real good and everything looked nice, and they loved the food. They're like, hey, would you like to do the barbecue throwdown at St. Arnold's?
I wanted to bring that up because I know you don't toot your own horn a whole lot, but yeah, go. The Houston Barbecue Throwdown is it's always been at St. Arnold's. I went to, I believe I did not go to the first one. Trent Brooks from Brooks Barbecue won the first one. The second year I went, and Ronnie Killen won, and he was making short rib raviolis that I believe you can get in his restaurant. Those things were good.
Yes.
But year 4, I guess, is what just passed. I think it
Was it
3 or 4.
I think it may have been because I know Beavers won. I know Brooks won with his oxtails. Because I did my research on that event. I'm like, this is big. This is all barbecue restaurants, and then some new guys in there mixed in. Because they're trying to give you a shot and see what you have. And, I mean, you get into these events, and it's all of a sudden people in Houston are calling you. Where are y'all at?
It's not like a regular barbecue cook-off. It's not, brisket ribs, chicken.
Right.
No. You have to be creative.
You have to make a dish that shows the diversity and the culture of your city.
Yes.
Basically, so you have to just come up with a dish that everybody can try. And, of course,
what'd you serve?
So we came up with a dish called the Altuve, and it was right in the mix of the baseball season was getting crunk and everything, and so it was sweet potato mash with a roasted corn, braised barbacoa, smoked, and then we did pickled onions, and we made a handmade caviar out of hot sauce. So there were like little beads, and it was a habanero caviar hot sauce. So when you bit into that, it popped hot sauce in your mouth.
There were pearls.
Yeah, little pearls.
All right, and so you served all that. How'd that go for you, man?
That went great. We actually won the People's Choice and the Grand Champion
What?
with the judges.
That's big time, man.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. That's a big time. That's huge.
It was big because we had big names. We had Tejas Chocolate next to us doing beef cheek. We had Fiji's down at the end.
And Ronnie's just standing around looking at you.
I mean, yeah,
right.
there was really big names in the
Yes.
place, and people that have like established places for 10, 15 years.
And
they were kind of like, who are these new guys? Who
Yeah.
are they? Because the year before, I was trying to meet everybody and get my name out there. And then, so now we all hang out. We are all kind of like big barbecue family.
It is a family.
It's
that barbecue. No, I definitely agree with that.
They said we won Peoples, and I was like, yes. You just get so excited. And they called it for judge, and I was like, oh my god, I couldn't even hold myself.
Yeah,
because like, composure.
Because I think Allison Cook, they have they do the judging in the back room, and I know the year that we went and we were back there, and Chris Reed wasn't a judge. I know Allison Cook was back there. There was a lady from Texas Monthly, and there's one of the anchors from Channel 11.
Robert Lerma, the famous photographer, he does like all the barbecue pics, photos, and so when we won that, they asked us to do the Austin versus Houston.
Right.
So they sent us out to Austin. I mean, you're talking about some big names. Man, that was huge. We got top 5 on that one.
That's still very humbling to be all those people.
We actually did a
Honored to be
Mediterranean
there.
dish.
There?
Yeah, we did a South African curried brisket on chorizo hummus with a bacon couscous and
What? Who thinks this up? You?
I did. Well, I mean, it's chef inspired. I mean, everybody there was loving it. I thought we were.
I'm loving it, and I haven't tried it.
It is. I mean, I thought Austin. They keep it a little weird, and they do their thing, and I'm like, this Mediterranean dishes. Allison Cook told me it was one of the best. She would have given me a star for it. That's what she told me. And I was like, I really appreciate that, But so a lot of people really loved it, but when it comes to the judges, you got to be on point. Man, it was December, and it was like 40, 50 degrees. The wind was blowing. I'm trying to like sprinkle turmeric, and it's like flying away. But my crew was there. We did a really good job, and the dish was great.
Right.
So.
That's good, man. That's excellent. Man, I appreciate y'all coming. This is great. I could sit here all day, but they won't let me.
Yeah.
But
could definitely.
I do have a surprise for us, or we do. Miss
Okay.
Lindsay has a treat for us. We were talking earlier with her about her new summer drunk.
Oh, nice.
Summer drink menu that's coming out.
That sounds
and
good.
so she's made us a little sample. Sorry, so we had Lindsay on earlier, and we talked a little bit about the summer cocktails coming up, features, whatever. She's actually gone back and made us a drink.
Those look good.
And they sure are pretty. And if they're half as good as they look, tell us, Miss Lindsay.
Well, that looks good.
What are we
Nice
looking
and
at
summery.
here?
All right, so this is just our summer watermelon margarita. It is fresh watermelon, of course.
Oh, that's good.
Just muddle the fresh watermelon in there. Luna Azul Reposado tequila, triple sec, a splash of agave nectar. I mean, a very little bit because the watermelon already has the sweetness. And then our fresh house-made sour mix and a salt rum.
That is so
That is
good.
really good.
Very light, refreshing. These things go down very easily, maybe a little too easily.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
on a hot summer day, I think these would be great.
Perfect for
So are these available now?
They are. So they'll be available throughout the summer. And we'll have our fresh watermelon all summer long. So if there's another cocktail you would like with watermelon, we're happy to do that for you as well. So like watermelon mojitos are very good, or a watermelon martini. I can make a pretty good one of those. So all you have to do is ask.
That sounds really
And this
good.
place is so awesome, like the seating and how the atmosphere is. You got outside seating as well with a fountain. So nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
It's
nice,
really good.
very nice place. And the one thing, that I hear a lot from ladies in the community is they come here to local bar because they feel comfortable. And
That's
and
awesome.
you know, and you have a lot to do with that, because you know the way you run a tight ship, you don't put up with any riffraff. If she doesn't like you, she'll throw you out of here. I've seen her throw people out before. But yeah,
But in a nice way.
yeah, she's very politely get out. But still, you come here, you get to meet Lindsay. If you've already been here, you already know what I'm talking about. But come out, check out local bar when you can. Thank
Very
you
good.
for this.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Very
y'all.
good. Yeah. to
Enjoy.
our
All right.
success.
Thank you. It's
You're
very good.
welcome.
Thank you. All right, and finally, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Thank you very much for y'all coming. Lindsay,
Appreciate
local
it.
bar, for
Thank you for
having
having
us. I'm very excited. And also quickly want to mention that, as part of the Katy Fort Bend Foodies group, we do a monthly deal called KFBF Gives Back. What we do is a restaurant will choose a charity, they'll choose a day, and they'll give 15% of their total sales back. In May, we were at Lopez Mexican Restaurant attached to Gallery Furniture on 99. They raised $600 for the Krause Children's Center. June 19th, coming up, we'll be at Pablo's Mexican Kitchen.
Oh, I love that place.
And get the
great.
Drew Smoke, it's good.
It is.
I agree.
15% of that will go to Texas Children's. In July, benefiting Katy Christian Ministries, we'll all be at Little Woodrow's. That's July 2nd. August 6th, we'll be at Beck's Prime on 99. They're going to give 15% back to Almost Home Pet Rescue, so they're including the animals. So anything kids or animals, I'm always in. I
Right.
mean, you don't even have to ask. I'm in. And then... So while we're here, we want to announce as well that September's Katy Fort Bend Foodies Gives Back deal will be with Daddy Duncan Barbecue. And do you have a date or anything picked out?
It'll probably be within that first couple of weeks, and we'll have a pop-up that's cozy for everybody. They can come out for dinner, either pick up to go or sit down and eat. I'll find a good spot. You know how we move around a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Have you thought
yeah.
about a charity yet? Have you picked anyone?
we're in the works. I mean, we've done a lot in the past with the Ballard House and the Family Hope Gala and stuff like that, the Craws. So we'll definitely keep places in mind, and we'd love to just kind of help out. If anybody even has suggestions, let us know, and we'll reach out.
Consider that as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the inaugural edition of the Drew Smoke Roadshow, and I hope to see you again very soon. And if you're out and about in the community and you see me, come say hi. I'm a nice guy,
us
but I'm
too.
a hugger, so watch out. All right, we'll see you again very soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.